everyone! So for today's video I wanted to do something definitely different from the kind of tutorials and how-to videos I usually make. So instead of doing something like that, and also instead of having a regular study with me video, I want to show you what are my actual studying sessions for an entire week. And these study sessions in this video will only include studying related to my history major and not my master's thesis in law. So you'll only be seeing snippets of me studying and doing my work for history. In this first day, this was a Wednesday, I was studying the history of Egypt for my pre-classical studies class. And we already had our first midterm and we're going to have our second test in a couple of weeks. So I'm trying to get started on my studies, and I got this really good textbook that really summarizes all information I need to know about Egypt. And I'm just highlighting the textbook for today because I want to do some summaries in the following days to really compile and summarize all the information I need. In here you're seeing me go through my bullet journal, and as you've seen in my last video about bullet journaling, I've made a ton of mistakes when bullet journaling and it totally ruined my experience for me, so I'm starting in a different way. So I'm being much more practical and simple when bullet journaling. This is footage actually from the day after that, so it was a Thursday and I was going through my bullet journal first, and I wanted to plan my paper for my classical studies history class. And this will be a paper about a Roman citizen, and I need, first of all, for the first part of the essay, we need to make a summary of a chapter of a textbook regarding Roman citizenship, and then on the second part it's a little bit more creative and we can choose another topic but still insert it into the Roman citizen topic. Fast forward to Thursday afternoon and I'm going through the same chapter for my Egypt class, and I'm trying to finish the chapter so I can start making my summaries the following day. So as you can see, on Friday I finally decided to start writing down my notes and my summaries for that book. And on Fridays I have two classes. I have my classical history class and I have something that I can't quite translate, but it's definitely something about prehistory. So we study the origins of the human being, and it's a more scientific class than history based, but it's really enjoyable and it gives a lot of insight into our origins. If you recognize this footage from somewhere else, it's actually from a full study with me video that I published last week or something, and you can watch the video at normal speed if you want, and I'll put the link down below in case you're interested, but for the context of this video I'm time-lapsing my notes, so we won't be staying here for an entire hour watching me write down my Egyptology notes. This was actually for the following week, and the following week was a little bit more creative because I really had to start working on my essays. And what you're seeing here is me going through one of the essays I actually need to turn in this week. And it's an essay for my history methodologies class, and I'm currently finishing it up. I've already written a really thorough draft before, so I wanted to go through all the information again, complete all of my sentences, also complete the referencing and the bibliography, and edit things around so I was sure I was completing something that I felt comfortable with. I'm also checking all of my facts and all of the dates. Since this is a history class, it's really bad if you turn in an essay with wrong dates or wrong timelines, so I'm really going through all of those small details and searching the internet for information so I can cross-check all of my references and all of the timestamps and so on. By the way, of course, my study sessions are usually longer than what you're seeing here, despite the time lapse. I just filmed 20 minutes of each one of my study sessions every single day, and then time lapse those 20 minutes. And I did it mainly because, first of all, to make a relatively short video, and also because, like most DSLR cameras, my camera just shuts down after 20 minutes of recording video, and I really didn't want to worry about that, so I kept it at the 20 minutes stamp. So this was this week's Tuesday, and I was feeling a little bit under the weather, so I decided to work on my essay, sitting on my couch with a blanket, and I really didn't want to push myself too hard this day. I was feeling a little bit sick, so I just wanted to have a head start on my classical studies essay, so I started writing as much as I could. And I had no specific goal for that day, and it turned out really well actually. I was very productive that afternoon, and as you can see, sometimes my iMessages pop up. I'm definitely not a perfect person when it comes to avoiding social media or messaging people. Sometimes I really do it while I'm studying. I just try to minimize all distractions, but don't really force myself to not do those things, because when I'm forcing myself to do something, I really start not feeling as motivated as I want to. And this was a Wednesday, and once again I'm starting with my bullet journal. And as you can see, my bullet journal techniques now are so simple that I'm not even caring about the kind of pen I'm picking up. I just want it to be a really fast productivity tool. And I'm making my list for the day, and now I'm starting to write on my essay again. And this little part of the video, I think I'm not going to say anything else because it will be the last day of my study session. I was actually able to complete the first part of my essay, and I was just sending some references to a friend of mine, and I had a nice cup of coffee. It was a Wednesday morning, and I was going on a trip that Wednesday afternoon to get lunch with my family, and I was really glad I could leave the house with that first part of my essay complete. I know this video wasn't very helpful, and I think that was not the purpose of the video. I just wanted to show you that despite all you see on this channel, there's really studying going on in the background, and I wanted just to show you a little snippet of it for an entire week. And if you enjoy this type of video, I'll be glad to show you more in the future. For next week's video, I'm going to film a request video, and for now, the most upvoted comment on my community post is how to plan for an exam or a test weeks ahead. So that's what I'm going to film next week, so make sure to subscribe and also click the bell button, because if you subscribe without clicking the bell button, you will not be notified when the video comes up, and you actually need to go to your subscription box to see if the video is available. So all you have to do is click the bell button if you want to see that video in time for exams or your tests, and I will see you next week. Bye!